Blake Bruning again from Trinity Whip Company, and I'm going to discuss a short whip versus a long whip. We've showed other videos where we've cracked this 6-foot whip, but I want to talk more about a longer whip today. Now, you can crack a 6-foot whip any way you can crack a 10-foot whip. You know, you can circus crack, bring it up and down. You know, you can horizontal, you can overhand, you can do anything with it you can with the shorter whip. But a 10-foot, a lot of people do circus crack with it, it's not a problem. But with a 10-foot or longer, that's a lot of whip. It's a lot of whip to raise straight up and come back down. You know, it's a lot of whip. So not that you can't do it and do it effortlessly with very little effort to flick it, but usually we want to talk about how to cast it, you know, a little bit differently. I like flicking a lot more than I do doing stuff like the circus crack. So with this, if you can find the natural roll of the whip, that might be how you set it up, whether it's before or front or behind you, before you crack. Now, what we're going to do today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a basic overhead flick, the basic vertical flick. All right, we could also simply turn on the side and do the basic horizontal or the side arm. Now with this, they're all going to kind of work similar. With flicking, you want to take the whip and take this long line and kind of let this heel and this lead the way. Now, as it leads the way, at the very end, I bend my elbow, or I straighten my elbow, I straighten my wrist and I turn the whip over to create that loop. Now, whether it be horizontal or not, whether it be vertical, I still want to shuttle this across and at the very end flick it. As an analogy of a fishing pole when you're a kid, the little click buttons, you usually cast it at vertical, but if you ever did a sidearm fling, once again, you'd hold it back, flick it, and then you would flick it just at the right time as you bring the heel of the fishing rod forward to make sure it casts the farthest. And it's very similar to this. But when you crack a whip, whether long or short, you don't want to put a lot of power behind it. You don't need a lot of power to crack it. You want the whip to do all the work. So if done right, you can have your finger do a lot of the work. All right? You want to learn to put less effort and still get a pop into it. You want to put less effort and still get a pop out of it. You don't have to shotgun crack it. I didn't pull it that hard. I really hate abusing whips like that. But when you're new, you'll add a lot more to it. So with this, like again, I said before, I want you to shuttle it across, and at the very end, you roll it over to help get that natural curve going. All right? And I think a lot of flicks are a lot better from the overhead or the overhand side. I think a lot of these flicks are more preferred than it would be doing a circus crack, which is a lot of whip to raise up and bring down. Not that you can't do it, but you want to be able to just let a little bit of effort done the right way, roll that whip out to crack. This is Blake Bruning from Trinity Whip Co. Thank you for watching.